For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.
Stacy Clark here, owner and general manager of Unlimited RV. As racers, we know how important time is. Not bad, kid. 5 seconds faster. As racers, we know how important reliability is. At Unlimited RV, we have lifetime warranty, so you know we've got you covered. At Unlimited RV, we offer nationwide free shipping, so you don't have to waste your time getting into the RV or motorhome for your next big adventure.
Pretty simple. You want to win races, put KMCs on your truck.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. The first 2 cars heading on the line right now. Now we have a driver coming to the finish line.
Sure, everything's made of something, but time and sweat is what puts it together. And it's that relentless application of effort against the clock that created everything around us. The BF Goodrich HD Terrain Tire is engineered to tackle the extreme situations heavy-duty trucks are met with head-on. Because downtime can't exist when there's a job to do. Time isn't something to marvel at. It's something to be seized. It's a tool we put firmly in your hands. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
All right, guys, welcome back. We are here on Fishgistics with your next update. This is going to be your noon update today for the SCORE Baja 500. Hope you guys are having fun. Hope you guys are having a good day. We got some information to bring you guys. So last update, last hour, we saw Cameron Steele was live for us. Unfortunately, they had an accident in the race. They hit a slow car. They're out of the race. Big bummer for them, but thanks to Cameron Steele for always being a good sport and coming on and showing us some live action out on course. So that was super cool to see. We did just get a couple more updates. So our race leader, last time we checked, Luke McMillan, had come to a stop. So the first time in a long time we've seen Luke McMillan come to a stop during a race. He stopped just on the backside of the summit, and you can see right here, he's still there. He's at 0 miles an hour. So Luke McMillan is still sitting there. He's just moving now, actually. He's at 54 miles an hour, just updated. He had some power steering issues. So something was going on with the power steering on the truck. I don't know exactly what, but he obviously they got out, him and Jason Duncan. They worked on the power steering and they fixed it, and they're going again. So the 1 is back in the race. Good news for Luke McMillan. He's back in the race and going again. However, that means that the 7 obviously put some distance on him. Luke was down for about 15 minutes at least that we saw. So the 7 is now going to be your lead car. He's out front. He's going to be your lead car, and at mile 135, it was the 7. And then it was the 21, and then the 43 is actually third, and then the 10 is going to be after him. So you can see that was up here at 135. So now we're seeing that it looks like the 10 has gotten around the 43. So the 43 is going to be back behind the 10, according to this tracker. So at mile 135, we had some split times for you, and this was them. We had Bryce Menzies was first. at mile 135. And then we had, this is actually corrected time. So on corrected time, here's what we got. And this is right back here. See where all these cars are? Right here at this corner, we got some times thanks to Chris Godsey. He's got this cool thing set up, a little split time program for us. Bryce Menzies first. Second was Tavo Vadosila. He was 1 minute and 29 seconds corrected time behind him. Third was Mike Walser on corrected time. So the 87 Mike Walser was actually running third. He was 5 minutes and 15 seconds behind. Then we had Larry Rossler running fourth. He was 7 minutes and 57 seconds behind. Then we had Alan Impudia running fifth, 9 minutes and 26 seconds behind, followed by Rob McCachran next, 9 minutes and 46 seconds behind. So 9:26, 9:46 for those two. Obviously, these are unofficial, but pretty cool to see some split times out on the course. So take those for what they're worth. It looked like at mile 135, Bryce Menzies had a 1 minute and 29 second corrected time lead over Tavo Vadosila in second, and then Mike Walser was running in third. So those are your times coming through there. And then if we get some more times in a little bit, we'll let you guys know. We'll probably get some more around here. There's a lot of pits around where the 553X is right here. We'll probably get some more split times for you guys there. So we all right, so next we have behind the lead trophy trucks, come back a little bit. They're really bunched up. Everybody's bunched up. This is the summit right here. So what you guys are seeing right here, this is a massive mountain. Literally, you go up the one side of the mountain, you get to the summit at the top, and then you come back down the other side. It's super twisty, turny. There's lots of rocks. It's not hard. It's just really slow. So everyone will be able to do it. It's just they got to take their time. You can see how bunched up they get going over it. Literally, everybody's like on each other's bumper going across here. So we have to zoom way in to even see anything here. Trying to find the first one car is right up here, and that is going to be Brad Wilson and Cody Reed. They are literally right on top of each other all day so far. So good battle between the 168 and the 153 going up and over the summit right now. So those are going to be your lead Class 1 cars. And then coming back to Trophy Truck Spec, we got right here, we got, where did the 234 go? They just jumped up. Jason McNeil, always fast, Jason McNeil. He is going to be your lead Trophy Truck Spec on the tracker right now. Remember, if someone's not tracking, they could be ahead and we wouldn't know it. So we're just going off what we can see on the tracker right here. So Jason McNeil in the 234 is going to be first. And then we have Elijah Kiger in the 238. The coastal entry is going to be showing his second. Then Thor Herbst in the 219 is next. And actually, let's see who's driving here. So I think this is Jason. The 238, that is Eli in there. So Eli's driving. He's going to take it to mile 330, and then Brock Dickerson is going to get in that truck later. So super fast combo there with Dickerson getting in that a little later. In the 219, we have Thor is driving right now. He's going to drive it to about 280, and then Pierce is going to get in. Pierce Herbst will be in that truck later. Behind them, we have Christopher Polvardi, always fast. He won a race or two last year. He's always one to watch. So Christopher Polvardi coming up. Pat Sims, Michael Marsall. This is the Spy truck. These guys have been putting in a lot of effort. Seen them out pre-running a bunch, and looks good. Good-looking truck. And then we have Al Torres, another one car here. And then trying to find some more. Let's see. These are all spec trucks. Ethan Hagel here. Scott McNeil. Justin Davis. Justin Davis is actually in a different truck here. They're in Cade Garcia's Tisco truck. So he's not in his Brenthal anymore. He partnered up with them, the AGS racing team. They're in this together for the rest of the year, I believe. So in a Tisco truck there for Justin Davis. Looks like he's having a good run. A couple more here. We got Ryan Hancock. Now in the 228, Ryan Hancock, this is actually Dustin Grabowski actually started driving in this truck. So everybody knows Grabowski. He's one of the fastest spec truck drivers out there. So Grabowski is in this truck right now. He's going to take it to Valley T, and then Ryan's going to get in with Jordan, and they're going to take it to the finish. So watch this truck. They started way back because they had a bad San Felipe race. They started way back. So this is one of the dark horses to watch this race on corrected time. So just because you see them not up at the front here, I bet on corrected time they're really close to the lead, if not leading here. So keep an eye on the 228 there throughout the day. A couple fast drivers in there. We have Kyle Quinn back here. He was stopped earlier on the course. They got it looked like they were stuck for a little while. They got going again, so that's good. You got Jack Olgas. You got the 16-year-old. This is Steve's son, so it's super cool to see him in here driving. Pretty cool. And then yeah, it just gets mixed up here. Class 10 cars getting in there. We got the 1079, looks like it's first. 1077, Dale Eberts. That sounds like a familiar name, most of us know. He's appearing to be second. The 1020 next, unless there was a 10 car in here. There was actually. The 1091 is actually going to be first, it looks like. So 1091 is going to be first. So many cars here. They're all bunched up. You really got to zoom in. The 19 was down earlier with a pulley and belt issue. They got it fixed and are going again. Stan Potter, that single seat car, going again. And then, let's see, 1800. What do we have? 1896. I'm trying to see who's in the middle here. Zoom in. My mouse doesn't want to zoom. 1896, Brock Keeger, first. Second, Austin Weiland. Caden McCachran, third. Next, Wayne Matlock, fourth. So 1, 2, 3, 4 we have right here in the Pro Open class. That's a really good race going on with those cars there. Good racing going on. So we have first Brock Keeger. That's the Polaris Pro factory team. Austin Weiland, Polaris factory team. Caden McCachran, Polaris factory team. Wayne Matlock, not Polaris factory team, but one of the Polaris racers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 between them. Now, where did Scanlon go? That's a good question. I haven't seen him. He was leading the last time we had checked. So it looks like Scanlon may have had a problem, unless he's somewhere back here. I didn't see him up front. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. There's Roger Norman in his new single-seat Pro R. He's coming. Scanlon falling back fast, somebody said. Okay, he must have some issues then. Yeah, definitely interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Then we have the 2900 class. So this is going to be, I believe this is your Pro UTV Force induction. So they started behind the UTV Opens. So it looks like Edgar Leon is going to be first in that class right now, followed by Jesus Mendez Jr., PJ Jones, and then a whole bunch more kind of grouped up here. So I'm going to turn some of these vehicles off, and we're going to start looking at vehicle classes here in a minute. And let's see, they're not sorted there. Let's refresh this page real quick. We want to check on the Class 11 cars because we haven't checked on them yet today. So let's pull up Class 11 for you guys here. And let me try to get back to class. Here we go, class. All right, Class 11. Let's see, where are the Class 11 cars? There's 4 of them this race, and they're back here about mile 50. So the 1105, Oliver, is in first and moving, right? Moving, yep, 20 miles an hour. 1145 is in second, also moving. That's a good sign. 1111, Alaric Slonzo is in third, moving. And in fourth, Eric Brandt, that's the Baja Jerky car, all moving. So that's great news. All 4 of the Class 11 cars are still moving. They have made it a whole 50 miles into this race. That is 473 miles total, so over 400 miles to go for the Class 11 cars. So pretty cool to see them. We always like to check on them. Going back to the front, we have the, okay, we got a little shakeup here possibly. Yeah, check this out. The 1X, I'll turn this off so that we're out of the way. 1X is now showing as in 4th place. They must have come to a stop for a little while. If anybody knows what happened in the 1X, let us know because they were leading earlier. We got 11X up front, 3X next, 9X, and then 1X. That is a look at your top bikes. All right, so that's pretty much where everybody is right now. If you're just joining us, we have Bryce Menzies is in the lead physically. He's out front. We have Tavo Vidosala second there, and then we're going to have some tracker issues here. You can see Amputia's tracker is kind of working. It's working every so often. We got Rossler looking good. And the 24, Luke McMillan, if you just joined us, had power steering issues. Looks like he was able to get it fixed. He's now doing 92 miles an hour. So good to see Luke going again, 92 miles an hour. It sounds like he's probably got it fixed. Just if he's doing 92 miles an hour, you probably wouldn't want to have weird steering if you're going that fast. So my guess is it probably was power steering pump or something, and they changed it out. He's probably got a spare on there, and they were able to change it and keep going. Seems like about the right amount of time that they were stopped to be able to do that. His brother Dan McMillan is the next car in front of him on the tracker now, so we'll see if he can catch back up to Dan. Dan had a bad San Felipe race. He had a power steering issue too, actually, at like mile 1 or whatever it was, right at the end of the Malecon, basically. So that's why he started a little far back today on time. Remember, it all comes down to time at the finish line, so we always got to keep track of time. So that's where your number 1 is. He is now moving again, so good news for him. Here's Luke's old truck, the 2-wheel drive racer truck, Roberto Romo Jr. He's having a really good run. Look at that. He's running like, what is that, top 7 or 8 right now probably. So good run for the 33. It'll be interesting to see where that car finishes. So, yeah, That's about it. All right. Well, we're gonna get some lunch ordered here, and then we'll be back at 1 o'clock to keep you guys updated. Some good news. We did hear that Cody Parkhouse did crash earlier. He was upside down. The car was upside down for a while, but his crew finally made it to him, and they were able to get him flipped back over, and everybody was okay. So we heard early that Parkhouse had crashed. We didn't hear any more information, but now we can confirm everybody was okay. So good news for Parkhouse, and the crew was able to get to him. They got him flipped over. It sounded like they were going to be able to get him going again. So hopefully Parkhouse can get back going again. But bummer for Cody. He had an accident early in the race. Everyone was okay. So definitely all right. Oh, somebody says 1X broke a chain. Okay, so there we go. 1X broke a chain. They don't have a spare on the bike. All right, so it looks like they had to mess with the chain somehow, and they got it going again. So broken chain for the 1X. That's what happened to them. Somebody says, where is Kevin Thompson in the new truck? Yeah, so the number 70, look at this is a new all-wheel drive, brand new Mason all-wheel drive. They just picked it up before this race. They have less than 100 test miles on this car total, and they're having a really good run, except for they're at 0 miles an hour, so they're not having a good run. That might be a pit right there, though, so we'll have to wait and see if they get going again. They were having a really good run. Obviously, you can see they were started, what is that, like 10th, or they're up to like 10th or so, and they didn't start that far back, I don't think, looking at my list. Yeah, they looks like they made up maybe 1 or 2 spots, so we'll see if they get going again in a minute here. But the 70 was having a really good run till whatever this is right here. It might be a flat tire. Updated 2 minutes ago. We'll kind of watch again and see if that updates. Steve Olagus having a good run. He's driving with Justin Lofton. Justin is going to get in at mile, let's see, what was it, 212. So Justin Lofton's getting in at mile 212, and then Lofton will drive to the finish from there. But that is Steve in the truck right now. So Steve's having a good run. Paul Wheel, Toby Price. This is Toby Price in the truck in the 46. Toby's driving the first half. He's going to drive to mile 330, and then Paul's going to get in there and take it to the finish. So it looks like another good run for them. They also started kind of far back after having some issues at San Felipe. So they're another one we need to keep an eye on the times. All right. So when does Harley get in? Harley's going to get in at Valley to Trinidad somewhere at the latest. So let's see. In the 70, it's somewhere between 250 and 260. Mile 250 and 260 is the plan for Harley to get in the 70. That is Kevin in there right now. So if they can get going again. Hopefully they get going again. Hopefully it doesn't stay at 0. It just updated again, and they're still at 0, so that's never a good sign. Dan McMillan is going to drive to mile 285, and then Josh Daniels going to get in and take that truck to the finish. So it seems about half the people today are driving the whole thing themselves, and half the people have a backup driver. And we'll kind of touch on that when they get to those spots a little bit later. All right. So we'll see you guys back here at 1 o'clock. Come on back at 1 o'clock for your next update here on Fishgistics, and we'll see you guys all in a little bit.